Hi heathens! Today's video, as you can tell, is going to be another Temu makeup haul. This was sent to me by Temu, and I will have a discount code on the screen for you to use to get 30% off your first order. The items that I'm going to be showing you will be listed in the description box down below with their prices. And there's only a few items here because I wanted... I feel like I go a little makeup heavy with stuff like this because makeup is, like, I don't want to call it an obsession, but is my obsession. So I've only got a handful of items here, but we are going to use them all and see how they perform, and I'll give you my thoughts. And this will be a little quick video. So without further ado, let's get on into it. So the first thing that I'm pretty excited for, this is the Cruelty Peach eyeshadow palette. It does have a good old expiration date on the back. Now, this, just like, oh gosh, what was the brand before that we were looking at? I don't know if you can recognize any of those names, but this one I'm pretty sure is also supposed to be a dupe for the ColourPop Peach palette, which I do not own, so I cannot do a side-by-side, because like the outside looks different. What's it called? Baby Got Peach. But the inside, especially because I've always wanted to use this shade from ColourPop, and they even have the same name. So this is what the inside of the palette looks like. And you see that glittery shade right at the top? It's called Hungry Ghost. That's the same name as the ColourPop shade that looks like that. So the palette looks pretty nice. I will say Centerfold is a bit pink in comparison to some of the other shades, so I don't know how often I would reach for that specific color using this palette, but I will be using this. But I do have another eye product that I also want to show y'all because I will be using it as well, and I'm probably going to do like a one eye thing. But this is the Novo eyeshadow, and this is the same brand as the little mousse foundation cream that I really liked. It stays up here because I reach for it a lot. But these looked really nice, and they come in a bunch of different colors, so if I like this, you better believe you're going to be seeing more of these on my channel. What are they called? You'll have seen it on the screen, but I got shade 2 with whatever the like actual name for it is. The only thing I remember, because I know that it's got to be some kind of translation thing. The only thing I remember is the listing, because I've been looking at this for a while, says something about mashed potato, and that just gave me a nice giggle. So that's the only thing I remember about what it was called, other than I think cream eyeshadow or something like that. But anyway, I have shade 2, and got a little box. Oh, it's like a nice soft matte packaging. Super cute. This says number 5280. So I don't know if that's also a shade name or if that's like a kind of like serial number or something like that. Also ignore the fact that my fingers are dirty. Okay, this has a little mirror in it, which is really nice. I hope the camera is going to do this justice, because this is like a tricolor shadow. So I don't know. I'm going to try to make sure it covers my face so that it might actually pick it up properly and not try to focus on me instead. I'm going to swatch it. Okay, so it's gorgeous. It's soft, but not like, hello, focus on my hand. Not like it's pushing into the little palette when I touch it. Ooh. This is something that I definitely see myself reaching for. And definitely see myself getting the other colors because that's stunning. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes, and then we will get on to the other two products. So let's go in. I'm going to start with no eyeshadow primer because, like I said, that's how I usually like to try palettes for the first time, to get a real idea of how they perform on their own. So I'm going to be tapping into Darlin', then Perky, and then Half Baked. And then we will decide what we're doing for the lids. Because I think, like I said, I want to do one eye just with the palette, and then the other eye I want to incorporate that gorgeous pinky purple blue single shadow. So first, taking a fluffy brush, going in with Darlin'. Let's see if we can get a little bit more light in here so that y'all can maybe see what I'm doing a little bit better. Yeah, that should be better. So far, so good. I am going to cut on a little bit of artificial lighting just to make sure that this side of my face doesn't get too enveloped in shadow if the light changes outside, because that should be better. Because I want y'all to be able to see how these perform without just me saying that doesn't look too bad. So same thing on the other eye, tapping into that Darlin' shade. And we're just patting it down everywhere and bringing it up into the crease. It's a nice soft layer of like an orangey peach to start with. Now tapping into Perky, same brush. I'm going to be using the same brush for all three of these. And I'm going to... Oh, that's a lot more peachy. Alright, well then I'm going to take this all across the lid and then up into the crease. I don't know why I was expecting it to lean a little bit more brown based on what I see in the palette. But it definitely leans peach, which makes sense because it's a peach palette. I don't know, just in my brain it was reading like a soft terracotta almost. Maybe it just looks more peachy because I do have that like light orange shade on underneath it. I don't know, you'll have to tell me, like, am I wrong in thinking that in the palette it looks a little, probably help if that's the one I put next to my eye, but it looks a little darker, a little more brown. I don't know. Alright, now tapping into Half Baked. Again, same brush. We're going to focus this on the outer half on both eyes. You can hear Casper getting into the plastic because he wants some wet food. We have a routine down. He knows I come home and I do other things because he always has dry food. And then I give him wet food, and yet somehow he still thinks that he's going to speed up the process by trying to get on my nerves. I like the way that deepened it up but didn't like make it too dark. I'm really torn on what I want to use for my lid for the one where I'm not using that single shadow, because I really do want to try one of these shimmers, but I also really want to use Hungry Ghost. because, like I said, I've been wanting to use the actual ColourPop version of Hungry Ghost, and to memory, I've never gotten a chance, but I remember looking at it every time it comes up, like as a single for the Build Your Own palettes, or I think it was 2 different, like palettes that it was in. It's also really pretty because it has like the shift as well between like a blue and white. I don't know. Okay. I think I'm gonna go for Get Even, which is like a peachy orange, which I guess is what I would normally use with Centerfold. Now that I've said I don't really know when I would reach for that. And then I'm probably gonna put Hungry Ghost over the top of it. We'll see how it goes. So the pigment for that isn't bad. You can definitely see those little like orangey gold, oh, focus, no? The little orangey gold flecks. I do want to see if I use a flat brush and some setting spray, if it'll lay down any extra pigment. So I'm going to try that real quick since I only have one eye that I'm going to do this with. Ooh, I wonder if the other thing works with a brush and setting spray. Okay, I might be doing it with both. Okay, yeah, a little bit. It's definitely enhancing the sparkles to do it like that. Now let's take Hungry Ghost because I can't help myself. I'm gonna try to take Hungry Ghost. So I'm just gonna take my finger. That is like wet. Interesting. Okay, so I've got some of it on my finger. And I'm just gonna... Okay, well, I mean, it sticks to my lid well enough, but there's still a ton on my finger. Like, you would think, came off easily enough, you would think with all that was on my finger, there wasn't gonna be a whole lot on my lid, but there is. I like the way that picks up the light. That's really nice. It looks nothing like it does in the palette. Like on my eyes, it is just like fall colors. We've got some red, orange, and green. And in the palette, I'm seeing blue, green, silver. That's crazy. I want to try that with a few different shades to see if it like adjusts based on what's underneath it. Okay, now what I've been excited for is this little single. Let me peel the thing off the mirror. Satisfying. And I'm just going to use this mirror to look at what I'm doing. So, oh, I just realized it kind of matches what my nail polish was. Huh. Alright, so I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger and yeah, I like that a lot. I really want to use this with like some really deep shadows. Like surround it with some dark browns or something. I think it would really make it pop. I genuinely don't think the camera is doing it any justice though. I am gonna take another flat brush and I'm gonna try to do the same thing that I just did with that other one and see if I can grab a little bit with some setting spray and if it makes any difference. So I'm just taking a flat edge brush. Since that is really creamy, you can kind of see here on the side where I pushed the brush into it. It did leave a little bit of an indentation. So that is something to be mindful of and careful about if you were going to use a brush, or if you went in really heavy-handed with your finger, I assume. So That's so pretty. And using a brush, I do get a little bit more of the duochrominess. Ooh, I like that. Okay. I like the individual more than the palette, but the palette's really nice so far. So let's move on to the next product. No one is going to be surprised, okay? This is a Party Queen #1 Lucky Star highlighter because, as we all know, I'm obsessed with highlighters. So I got another highlighter. At some point, I need to go through my highlighters and weasel some out. The outside of this is for sure, the Fenty packaging. This is a bronzer from Fenty. And this is the highlighter. And this is what it looks like. And it does have a mirror on the inside. So we will do the same thing. Is this one going to be satisfying? Yes. Okay. So let's take a little highlighting brush. I need to push that back in. We're just going to take some and maybe put it on the face. Because, like, I see... I have no idea if that's going to pick up at all. I see little pieces going onto my skin. And so I'm sure it's going to catch the light. It's just not what I would normally expect from a highlighter. So I don't know. It's nice and soft, but I'm much more of a blinding highlight type person, so that might be a little soft for me. So it's cute, but it's soft. And last, but hopefully not least, let me put my glasses back on for this. We have a lipstick. This is the Demon Starry Sparkling Lipstick. And I got Wizard of Oz. That is the shade that I picked. Now I couldn't tell if these were like color changing, like pH type lipsticks or not, but they really caught my attention, so we're gonna find out either way. Look first off at the packaging. Is that not absolutely gorgeous? And this outside bit is very similar to what the actual lipstick is going to look like. I don't know if they're all like that or if that's just coincidence with this one, but... Oh, is that magnetic? No, it just clicks as long as you put it down right. Look at the sparkle. It has a very not makeup smell. Oh. I don't know what it is, but it's not like a normal makeup smell. It's a smell associated with something else. Like, my brain wants to say leather, but I don't think it's leather. Okay. Anyway, let's see what happens. So, before my nice chapped lips. Oh, we got sparkles. And there is a little bit of pigment. But we definitely have sparkle. That's cute. It's very soft. I like that. I like that. And it, like, when you first pull it out, 100% looks like there's not going to be any pigment, but as you can see, it's getting just like slightly pinker. Okay. Like I said, this is a very short haul, but I am excited. I am going to try to find a way to enhance this highlighter, like maybe with some setting spray or something, so that I can use it on a more daily basis. But I think, ooh, actually, you know what? I think this would make a really nice inner corner highlight. So let's try that real quick. So I'm gonna do this eye first. Try to make sure I'm focused. Yeah, see? It's just so faint. It's just such a soft wash of little color pigments. We're gonna try it with some setting spray later on. Not this video, another video. But otherwise, I'd love to know y'all's thoughts down below. As I said, I will be leaving a link in the description where you can view all the items that I have received. I will have a link to each individual item. You can, again, use my code. It is not an affiliate link. It will just get you 30% off of your first order from Temu. And yeah, I'd love to know y'all's thoughts. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these kind of videos. Subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.